Hey everyone, and welcome back to GoSpeakly, English podcast. I'm Sophie, and I'm really happy you're here with us today. Wherever you're listening from right now, maybe at home, maybe on your way to work, maybe wrapped in a blanket with a warm drink, thank you for spending this time with us.
Hey everyone, I'm Daniel, and hello to all of our amazing listeners around the world. It truly feels good to be here with you today.
It really does. So, Daniel, let me ask you something simple to start. How are you feeling today?
Honestly, I'm feeling great. Really great. This morning I opened my door and wow, cold air. Cold air right on my face.
Oh, wow. That actually sounds kind of perfect because today we're talking about winter.
Winter? Yes, my favorite season.
Really? Your favorite? Daniel, I always thought you were more of a spring person.
I do like spring too, but winter has its own feeling. Warm clothes, quiet nights, slow evenings, and hot soup. Hot soup.
So the real reason is the hot soup, right?
Maybe just a little.
Today, we're going to learn how to talk about winter in English, clearly, simply, and naturally.
And this is a very practical topic. Winter comes every year, and we talk about it all the time.
Exactly. We talk about the weather, our daily routines, how we feel. Winter gives us a lot to say.
Before we jump into our winter conversation, we have a very small favor to ask.
If you enjoy learning English with us, you can gently subscribe to GoSpeakly, give this episode a like, and share it with someone who's learning English too. Learning together always feels better.
Thank you so much. All right, Sophie, let's start with the basics. Sophie, let's begin very simply. What is winter?
Winter is one of the 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter.
And winter is the coldest season of the year. Cold. At least in most places.
That's right. Winter usually comes after autumn and before spring. It sits right there in the middle.
For many people, especially in the northern part of the world, winter is December, January, and February.
That's true. But wait, that's not true for everyone.
Exactly. In the southern part of the world, winter is June, July, and August. So listeners in places like New Zealand or South Africa have winter while others are enjoying summer.
Isn't that interesting? Same planet, different seasons.
The Earth works in fascinating ways. Different climates, different experiences. But we all talk about winter in English.
Daniel, let me ask you something personal. When you hear the word winter, what is the very first thing that comes into your mind?
The first thing I think about is cold air. Cold air hitting my face the moment I step outside.
Oh yes, that sharp, cold air. You feel it immediately, don't you?
Exactly. And sometimes when I walk outside, I feel tiny snowflakes falling. On my eyelashes, on my eyebrows.
Snow on your eyelashes. That feeling is so real. Your eyes blink, your face tightens, and your whole body goes brrr.
Totally. In winter, it's freezing. I need gloves and a thick jacket just to stay warm.
Cold air, snow, that brrr feeling. Winter really wakes up all your senses.
All right, Sophie, I'm ready. Let's jump into a real winter conversation.
Okay, Daniel, what's the weather like today where you are?
Today, it's cold but comfortable, around 5 degrees.
That sounds chilly. Chilly, but not too bad. Is it cloudy?
Very cloudy, but no snow today.
What do you enjoy most about winter?
For me, it's the peaceful feeling. Winter feels quiet, calm. Everything slows down.
I know exactly what you mean. Winter has that soft, quiet mood.
Yes. Although I'm not a fan of wet shoes or cold hands.
Oh no, yes. That part is definitely not fun.
But when I stay inside with a warm drink, everything feels cozy.
Cozy. That might be the most important winter word. After talking about cold air, icy streets, and cozy nights, Daniel, I have to ask you, what do you usually wear in winter?
Oh, I love this question. It's the perfect time to talk about winter clothes. These words are very useful for everyday English.
Absolutely.
In winter, I always wear a coat. A coat is a long jacket, and it keeps me warm.
Same here. I wear a winter coat too. Mine is dark and very thick.
And thick means it has a lot of material. It's great for freezing weather.
I also wear a scarf. A scarf goes around your neck and blocks cold air.
Scarves are a must. They protect your neck when the wind is strong.
I have a scarf my grandmother made for me, so it feels extra special.
That's really sweet. Handmade things always feel warmer somehow.
They really do.
I also wear gloves. Gloves keep your hands warm. Some people wear mittens instead.
Right. Gloves have separate fingers. Mittens keep your fingers together.
I prefer gloves because I can still use my phone.
Very practical.
And of course, a hat, sometimes called a beanie.
Yes, a beanie covers your head and often your ears.
My ears get very cold, so a hat is necessary.
Do you wear boots when it's icy?
Yes, I wear winter boots. They keep my feet dry in snow and slush, and they have good grip so I don't slip.
Let's quickly review. Coat, scarf, gloves, mittens, hat, beanie, boots. These are winter words you'll hear all the time.
Now let's talk about something fun, winter activities.
Daniel, after all that cold air and winter clothing, what do you like to do in winter?
Honestly, I love staying inside where it's warm.
That's very honest. So what do you do inside?
I enjoy reading. I sit on the sofa, wrap myself in a blanket, and read for hours.
That sounds incredibly cozy.
I also love watching movies. Winter is perfect for movie marathons.
Movie marathons, watching many movies in one day.
Exactly. 3, sometimes 4 movies.
And let me guess, hot chocolate?
Always. Hot chocolate is the best winter drink.
Sometimes I add marshmallows.
Marshmallows make everything better.
But Daniel, I know you also enjoy outdoor winter activities.
I do, even when it's freezing.
Tell me more. What winter sports do you enjoy?
One thing I really love is skiing. Skiing is when you slide down a snowy mountain on skis.
That sounds exciting and a little scary.
That's normal. It feels scary at first, but then it becomes fun.
Do you go often?
Once or twice every winter, usually with friends.
What about ice skating?
I enjoy ice skating too. You wear special shoes and slide across the ice.
I tried ice skating once. I fell many times.
Everyone falls at the beginning. Falling is part of learning.
What about sledding?
Sledding is so fun. You sit on a sled and slide down a snowy hill.
No special skills needed.
Exactly. Just sit, push, and slide.
Do you ever build snowmen?
Sometimes. A snowman is made of snow, usually 3 snowballs stacked together.
With sticks for arms, stones for eyes.
And a carrot for the nose.
Snowmen make winter feel playful. Now let's talk about feelings. How does winter make you feel, Daniel?
Sometimes sleepy. I want to stay in bed longer.
Dark mornings make it hard to wake up.
Yes, I feel a little lazy.
We can say winter makes us want to hibernate.
Like bears.
Exactly. But winter also makes me feel cozy, safe, warm.
There's something special about being warm inside while it's freezing outside.
Winter helps us appreciate comfort. In the next part, we'll talk about winter travel, holidays, emotions, useful phrases, and how to speak confidently about winter in real conversations. So take a slow breath, stay cozy, and we'll continue. All right, Let's continue. We've talked about winter weather, winter clothes, and winter activities. But winter is more than just cold air and snow. Winter also touches something deeper.
Yes, winter changes how we feel, how we think, and even how we live our daily life.
Exactly. So, Daniel, let me ask you something a little deeper now. How does winter affect your daily routine?
Hmm. In winter, my routine becomes slower. I wake up a little later, I move a little more carefully, and I plan fewer things in one day.
That makes sense. Winter naturally invites us to slow down.
Yes, in summer, I want to do everything meet people, go out, stay busy. But in winter, I want space.
Space to rest.
Exactly. I drink more hot drinks, I spend more time at home, and I try to finish work earlier in the evening.
I feel the same. In winter, my mornings feel quieter. I wake up, stretch slowly, and sometimes just sit in silence for a moment.
That quiet moment is important. It helps your mind wake up gently.
Yes, winter teaches us that it's okay to not rush all the time.
Sophie, can I ask you something now?
Of course.
Do you ever feel more emotional in winter?
Yes, sometimes winter makes me feel more reflective. I think more about life, about the year, about people.
Same here. The long nights give us time to think.
And sometimes that thinking feels peaceful, but sometimes it feels heavy.
That's very true. Winter can bring calm, but it can also bring loneliness.
Yes, some people feel lonely in winter. Short days, less sunlight, less social activity.
That's why it's important to talk about winter honestly. Not just winter is beautiful, but also winter can feel difficult.
Exactly. And if you're listening right now and winter feels heavy for you, you're not strange. You're not weak. You're human.
And winter doesn't last forever. That's an important reminder.
Winter is also full of special holidays.
Yes, Christmas, New Year's Day, and in many cultures, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and other winter celebrations.
Winter holidays often bring people together. Families gather, friends meet, food is shared.
That's why winter often feels warm, even when the weather is cold.
Do you enjoy winter holidays, Daniel?
I do. I enjoy the slower pace. People are kinder, more relaxed.
I love that feeling too. Candles, soft lights, warm meals.
And long conversations.
Winter gives us permission to slow down and connect.
Winter is also a very special time for travel.
Yeah, some people travel to see snow, others travel to escape snow.
That's true. People from warm countries dream of snow. People from cold countries dream of beaches.
Winter travel creates strong memories. First snow, first snowman, first time slipping on ice.
Yes, that one stays in your memory.
Traveling in winter also teaches new vocabulary. Airport delays, snowstorms, warm clothing.
Winter experiences help language stick in your mind. When you feel something, you remember the words better.
Now let's help our listeners with real winter conversations.
Yes, simple sentences you can actually use.
If someone asks you, "How's the winter this year?" you can say, "This winter feels colder than last year."
Or, this winter is very quiet and calm.
Or, "This winter is very quiet and calm."
If someone asks, do you like winter? You can say, I like winter because it feels cozy.
Or, "I don't really like winter. I miss sunlight."
Or, I don't really like winter. I miss sunlight.
Sophie, what about health in winter? Winter affects our body a lot. We move less, we eat heavier food, we sleep differently.
Yes, some people get sick more often. Colds, flu.
That's why winter is a good time to take care of yourself. Drink water, sleep well, rest when needed.
And don't feel guilty for resting. Rest is productive in winter.
Absolutely. Winter is not a season for pushing too hard. Let's pause for a moment and focus on vocabulary.
Yes. Words you'll hear all the time in winter.
First word, cold. Cold means low temperature.
Example, it's cold outside today.
Next word, freezing. Freezing is much colder than cold.
Example, I'm freezing. My hands are numb.
Next word, chilly. Chilly means a little cold.
Example, it feels chilly this morning.
Next word, icy. Icy means covered with ice.
Next word, icy. Icy means covered with ice.
Next word, cozy.
My favorite, cozy means warm and comfortable.
Example, my home feels cozy in winter.
These words help you describe winter naturally.
Let's practice. Daniel, ask me a winter question.
Okay. How do you usually spend winter evenings?
Good question. I usually stay at home, drink tea, and read books.
Perfect. Now your turn. How does winter make you feel?
Winter makes me feel calm and reflective.
Very natural.
Listeners, you can pause this episode later and answer these questions yourself. That's real practice.
Sophie, I feel like winter teaches us something.
I agree. Winter teaches patience
And balance.
and kindness, especially toward ourselves.
Winter reminds us that rest is part of life.
And silence has value. If you're listening right now, take a breath. Think about this question. What does winter mean to me? There's no correct answer, just your answer.
You can think quietly, or write it down, or say it out loud.
Language grows when it connects to your life. In the next part, we'll help you speak confidently about winter. We'll practice more phrases, review useful expressions, and gently close this episode together. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're still with us, thank you. That tells us something important. It means you're giving yourself time. Time to listen, time to learn, time to feel comfortable with English. And that already matters.
Yes, it really does. So far, we've talked about winter weather, winter routines, winter emotions, and how winter quietly changes our daily lives.
Now, in this final part, we'll help you do something very important. We'll help you use English confidently to talk about winter in real conversations. No pressure, no perfect sentences, just real English.
Sophie, let's imagine a real situation. You meet someone at work or school. It's winter. What's the easiest way to start a conversation?
The weather. Always the weather.
Exactly. You can simply say, "It's really cold today, isn't it?"
Or, this winter feels colder than usual.
These sentences are simple, polite, and natural. They open the door to conversation.
Now, let's talk about feelings, because winter brings emotions.
Yes, if someone asks you, "How do you feel about winter?" you can say, "I like winter because it feels calm."
Or, winter makes me feel a little sleepy.
Or, "Winter makes me feel a little sleepy."
All of these are correct. English is not about pretending. It's about expressing your real experience.
What about making plans in winter?
Good question. You can say, do you want to stay inside and watch a movie?
Or, "Let's get a hot drink somewhere."
Or, do you feel like going for a short walk?
Notice something important. Winter plans often include comfort, warm places, short activities, simple joys.
And that makes winter language very friendly. Winter is also a great time for compliments.
Yes, you can say, "That coat looks really warm."
Or, I like your scarf. The color is nice.
Compliments make conversations softer, especially in cold weather.
Let's review some very useful expressions.
These are phrases you can use immediately,
I'm freezing.
meaning very cold,
It's slippery outside.
meaning the ground has ice or snow,
I need to warm up.
meaning you want heat or a warm place,
It feels cozy in here.
meaning warm, comfortable, safe.
Let's review key winter words one last time.
Cold, low temperature.
Freezing, extremely cold.
Chilly, a little cold.
Snow, frozen water falling from the sky.
Ice, frozen water on the ground.
Icy, covered with ice.
Cozy, warm and comfortable.
These words describe winter clearly. Use them often. Now, let's do a gentle speaking practice together. No stress. Just listen and repeat later if you want.
Sentence 1. In winter, I feel.
Sentence 2. In winter, I like to.
Sentence 3. This winter feels.
You can finish these sentences in your own way. Your words, your life. That's real English.
Sophie, I think winter teaches confidence too.
I agree. Winter is not loud. It's quiet. And confidence doesn't need to be loud either.
Confidence can be calm, like winter.
When you speak slowly, when you choose simple words, you sound confident.
You don't need fast English. You need clear English.
If you're a beginner and you're thinking, my English is slow, that's okay. Slow is not wrong.
Slow English is strong English.
Every sentence you understand today is progress.
Every word you use is a step forward.
If you're an intermediate learner, winter is a great topic to practice.
It's emotional. It's visual. It's part of daily life.
Talk about winter every day, even one sentence. Let's take a quiet moment, just for a few seconds. Think about this question. What is one thing I enjoy about winter? It can be small, very small.
Maybe it's a warm drink. Maybe it's silence. Maybe it's rest.
Whatever it is, that's your English.
Sophie, before we finish, I want to say something important.
Go ahead.
GoSpeakly exists because learning English should feel human, not stressful, not robotic.
English should feel like a conversation, not an exam.
And winter reminds us of that.
Before we go, we have a question for you.
A simple one.
What is your favorite winter activity and why?
You can answer in one sentence, or two.
Write it in the comments. Writing is speaking too. If you enjoyed this episode, you're always welcome here. You can subscribe to GoSpeakly and join us again.
We'll keep learning together, slowly, naturally, comfortably.
Thank you for spending this time with us. You're doing better than you think.
Stay warm. Stay curious.
And remember, English grows when you let it breathe.
We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.